Who has a horse in their chart? I keep saying this to my friends, and I'm going to start a horse support group. I got a horse in my chart as well. Who here has a wood horse in their chart? It does count. It's the journey, so wood horse. Okay. So the wood horse, I have a wood horse in my chart. So that means that if you came to see me last year, I said there's going to be some big changes in my career because wood and metal, what happens to the wood gets chopped by the metal. The water and the fire gets knocked out by so that means there's going to be a complete flip in how you're doing business, not necessarily changing your business, it's how you're doing business. I already know what's happening with me, but I just wanted to let you know that there are big changes happening for the horse this year. So if you, and for any of those listening online, if you have a wood horse in your chart, really start thinking about strategy. Don't think that the world is collapsing, because we also have the feng shui piece and the time blazer piece, but we want to know that there's always strategy to help you get where you want to go, right? So the big positive, and we only got one, so we got to use it. The big positive energy this year is really, have a good plan that you need to execute. So there are going to be some obstacles that are going to come along the way. So this is going to be a good kind of a negative buster. So just know that you have this available to you, that you have also sort of a problem solving, but you do need to have a strategy, and you're going to need to use the feng shui of your house to help boost the horse this year. And so that's what you have going for it. So it's called the year breaker. So it's the year of the rat. Opposite of the rat is the horse, so it breaks the year. So the month of June is the horse month. So that's the month especially that's going to be going. Should I go to a hand mic? It just cut out a couple times. So the horse is the one that really needs to take caution, as I said, and the horse month is going to be the hardest. Are you sure you don't want me to do a hand mic? What do you want me to do? Connect. Does somebody have a hand mic and maybe turn this off? Who has a hand mic here? Or you want me to stay on this? Stay on this? Okay, I'll stay on this for a second, but bring it over here in case he wants me to use that. Okay, so see, it's already breaking my horse's back. So why don't you turn off this, and I'll use my hand mic until. Okay, we're gonna go to this one for a second, and we'll change this battery at lunchtime. Okay, so it is a year breaker year, so it's not always negative. What this just means is it's going to be big changes. So go with the flow and change. Don't try to do everything you've always done in the past. Find a different strategy. That is your biggest survival tool. If you keep going, no, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, it's going to beat you up. So stop doing it. Just figure out a different way to do it. If it's in your year, find a different social structure. It might mean you're going to get new friends this year, because you're going to fire a bunch of friends because they're like, okay, we're just not on the same path anymore. And that's fine. Just find better friends. Be discerning about that. It might mean you need to change your marketing strategy. If it's in your career, maybe you're going to do something different. Hold your cards closer to your chest. So don't reveal everything that you're going to be doing. This is the espionage year, right? So keep that a little bit closer to your chest. And then if it's in your day, I would say if it's in your day, watch for kind of either breakups if you are in a relationship. If you're single, you might be in a relationship. And literally, if you really want to cherish this relationship, this may be the year where distance makes the heart grow fonder. So be away a lot from each other because you're just going to fight. And then if it's in your hour, it is going to be about you've got a different vision. You thought, oh, that's my passion. I'm only going to do this. This is exactly what I'm going to do. And then all of a sudden it's like, you know, I think I'm going to do something different this year. I really think that this is where I want to do a nonprofit, or, you know, I have a brilliant new idea, or do some good research. That's how you play it. It's not a bad thing. It is going to be change, but go with the change instead of staying so, you know, rigid, like, oh, I have to do this because I've been doing this now for 20 years or whatever. Who cares? Do something else or do it differently, okay? So we'll get through it. We'll get through it, believe me. Okay. All right. So, like I said, we're going to have some obstacles. So, remember the snake? I said we're going to spend a little bit of money. Not only do we have the year breaker, horses are going to spend a lot of money. So for those of you who know me personally, I do not like the B word. I hate it. But you are going to have to budget this year. Okay? So what you're going to want to do is work with your financial planner, your accountant, whoever you need to work with, and get a grasp of your money. I got a horse in my chart, so my accountant knows this. Don't you? Anyway, I have a suggestion. One of my coaches suggested this book. I absolutely love it. But it is going to be work to set up, and I'm in the process of doing this myself. And the name of the book, I should have the author, but I can't think of it right now. It's called Profit First. I listened to it on Audible. I loved it so much, I bought the book. That's how I like consume a lot of my knowledge, because I'm in the car all the time. And so I listen to Audible instead of like news that just brings me down. So anyway, Profit First. And then after I read it, it was like, there's really something to this. So anyway, I do like this system. There's many systems out there. It's not the end of all ends. So, you know, find what works for you and do the B word. Okay. All right. Career-wise, depending on where this horse is finding its place in your chart, is that you are probably going to spend a lot of money on your career as well, and career development and things like that. So again, choose the right thing that you want to focus on. And then relationships this year, as well as you're going to be a bit more sensitive. So you've got something in your chart this year that, and I'm sensitive anyway because I have a lot of water in my chart. So if you have a lot of water in your chart, you're probably more sensitive anyway. The rat has water, so it's one of the more sensitive animals as well. But this one particularly is going to be a bit more sensitive this year. So I actually have, I did some research on this. There's a neuroscientist, his name is Dr. William Frey, and he wrote Crying: The Mystery of Tears. And he spent over 20 years talking about how cleansing crying can be. So male or female, let it out, don't suppress it, because it actually has health benefits to be able to let it out. So that's not a bad thing. But relationships, it's going to be actually, you know, better for coupled up relationships, believe it or not. But if it's in your day of birth, then it can be a little bit more challenging. So there's the yin and yang of that one as well. So, and then, like I said, you know, health-wise, it really is going to be more about that oversensitivity. All right, let's move on to the goats. Who has a goat in your chart? Oh, did I skip those again? Sorry. All right. Best friends is the goat. So these two, again, are very close to each other in the zodiac. And then let's do the three harmony. Three harmony is the horse and the goat and the tiger. So again, we're starting to repeat because these animals will happen. This brings more fire to your chart, not so favorable this year. So not that you are going to completely ignore it, because we do need some happiness, but that is where that's going to happen. And then the clash animal is the year. It's the year breaker animal.
Hi, I'm Lance Fulford. I'm a broker with Compass Real Estate. I've been with Kathleen for the past 5 years, and I use her system extensively. And it's not just for business, for my whole life. It really does make a difference. The timing of choosing when to execute a contract or go to the doctor, it all makes a difference in putting the right energy in place. And I can't tell you the life events that I've had happen that corresponded with this system. I've been overwhelmed by that. I highly recommend it.